festival is going on beautifully. It was a brilliant effort. I think there was diversity of opinion and people got to express themselves in a free-flowing manner. The variety of subjects covered is excellent and the choice of panelists is indeed refreshing. It was a pleasure to be here and I'm very thrilled with my session.
Because they have organized it so well. Everything is, especially for the first time. And I just came back from the Times Lit Festival, which is the 6th edition. And it's almost on par with that. It's wonderful. You will get more crowds soon. And it's so well organized. It's very well done. Very good, speakers, very good questions. And I think these kind of literary festivals are so important. And I'm so happy and privileged to be part of the first one. I'm very happy and I want to congratulate everyone on this. Very, very good job.
It's fantastic. That's why I'm over here this time around. I think a Lit Fest is very important to bring a city together, to evolve the culture of a city, to involve the character of a city. Lit Fests are very important. People don't realize that very often, but I'm glad that Raisoni, the university and the people behind it have realized that this is something that they can give back to society. So it's wonderful to be here. We're hoping to have interesting conversations today about food and tomorrow. We'll be here for 2 days. So I'm looking forward to that and many congratulations. This is a good first step. I hope this will carry on for the years to come and grow bigger and better and people will become more involved and I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I think it's a great initiative. I'm very happy to be a part of it because when I saw the entire program, I realized that literature kind of touches so many aspects of our life and all those aspects, whether it is performing arts, whether it is talking about what are the ills of the society, whether it is quest of knowledge, the written word is at the base of it. So it's a very, very remarkable beginning and I hope that it continues in future.
It's a very welcome thing that this Orange City Festival has started. Because there is a need with digital era to go back to books. Because digital era and it has changed people's behavior, it has changed people's psychology, and they are going away from themselves. They are going away from their own loved dear ones, near and dear ones. They are going away from families. So there is a need to go back to literature and relearn certain basic things of humanity as a society. So I think it's a wonderful thing and I welcome it.
That's a great initiative for this city and we've had one session and it's been fantastic. The response has been good and just happy to be here.
It's a wonderful occasion and people from all walks of life have gathered here. So students, even where to listen, what to listen. After the sessions, I'm feeling as if I have come to an ocean of knowledge. So every session is important. I have, in fact, mark listed all the sessions 1, 2, 3, 4, where from from this room to that room. So it's a wonderful occasion.
Once you say literature, that is been a community work. Literature, it will be remain. It can change the mindset of people. When I came here, I see the panelists, I saw the speakers, very different people was there. From different entire world people was there. So what is, that is a brainstorming for you, that is your cleaning your mindset. So this type of festival should be there. I'm so happy and I feel blessed that I got the opportunity to speak as a speaker in this event.
नई नजर से चल दुनिया परखें, जहाँ तेरा गलत ना मेरा सही हो, सोच को अपनी छूने दे अंबर, जैसे हवा में एक पतंग उड़ रही हो, तू बदले तो ही बदले जमाना, औरों से पहले खुद को ये समझाना।
92.7 Big FM, तुम बदल के तो देखो। 92.7 Big FM, तुम बदल के तो देखो।
नए तरीके चलने से सीखें, सूरज वो ही हो लेकिन सुबह नई सी हो, उसके जुनून में तेरा सुकून हो, और कुछ मीठी सी बातें हवा में कहीं हो, तो बदले तो ही बदले जमाना, औरों से पहले खुद को ये समझाना।
92.7 Big FM, तुम बदल के तो देखो। 92.7 Big FM, तुम बदल के तो देखो।
Namaskar, Suswagatam and good evening once again. This is your host for the evening, Manish Nair. Let me tell you, it gives us immense pleasure to warmly welcome you all to this evening, where accomplished writers, distinguished performers, budding artists, excellent thinkers, out-of-the-box believer, experimental indulgers, you'll find them all on this platform of Orange City Literature Fest 2020. This year it is conducted by SGR Knowledge Foundation along with GHR University, powered by RGI, and of course, as you have just heard, our radio partner 92.7 Big FM. Now this has attracted and it has gained a lot of attention from all the literature lovers all across the country. Indeed, this festival is taking place at a time when Indian literature, specifically Indian writing in English or vernacular, has attracted the attention of the lovers of literature all over the world. This attention is manifesting itself in growing worldwide recognition and acclaim for our writers, both those in India and those living abroad. Friends, literature in India has a long and rich tradition. Its richness lies uniquely in the richness and diversity of India's linguistic heritage, from Valmiki to Valathol, Tiruvalluvar to Tagore, Nanak to Nirala, and from Meera to Mahashweta Devi. We have been blessed with an unbroken lineage of outstanding writers and poets. They have shown how great literature can become an integral part of the history, culture, and life of a nation, serving it as an unending source of vitality. Writers, be it men and women, have made an enormous contribution to enrich the literary and cultural heritage of the world. They wrote in languages that were not known beyond the shores of India, yet each one of them spoke for the world, for the entire humanity. The concerns of their creative expressions, though rooted in time, space, and culture, embrace the totality of human experience. In this, they were guided by India's integral outlook towards life, an outlook that rejects nothing that is human but respects everything, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, in their proper balance. Our writers boldly explored the fundamental truths of human life. They were seekers who searched for answers to the eternal question: what is the relationship between man, nature, and creator? And whatever they experienced, whatever they discovered, they expressed it with an honesty and authenticity that had the distinctive stamp of beauty of their individual creation. Thus, Indian literature has set a timeless standard to judge itself, indeed, to judge any artistic expression. It can be described in three words: Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. If this guiding principle of literature and other creative expression was relevant in ancient time, it is also relevant now. In this activity of creative expression, India has never been intolerant and narrow-minded on the question of language. Our civilization has always accepted intellectual freedom and celebrated cultural pluralism. It has recognized language as a means of expression as a connector of the people and as a carrier of culture, which is why it nurtured the diversity of languages, letting each of them find its own natural course of flow. The beauty of our linguistic tradition is that this diversity is dynamic. It is not cast in any unchanging mold. With the passage of time and responding to the needs of our interaction with the rest of the world, we have accepted linguistic influences from beyond our shores. In this process of fertilizing interaction, we have assimilated them and made them our own. With each phase of India's interaction with the world, our literary tradition has been further enriched. The emergence of the self-confident Indian writer who have an increasingly appreciative audience abroad, a development that is a tribute to the literary abilities of some of our writers. At the same time, this is also a recognition of the essential adaptability and catalyst of Indian spirit. A sincere apology, as we have been witnessed by thousands across the world, even not only restricted to India. So our apology for the technical glitches here. With these words of optimism and positivity, I call a special person to inaugurate this unique Orange City Literature Fest. A dictum, a vision beyond is what he lives with as a chosen habit. His practices are to achieve excellent standards of quality education by keeping pace with rapidly changing technologies and create technical manpower of global standards with capabilities of accepting new challenges. And never leave a single stone untouched by the efforts dedicated to impart quality and value-based education to raise satisfaction level of all stakeholders. His strengths are directed to create competent professionals. His endeavor is to provide all possible support to promote research and development activities. Spearhead, torchbearer, pathfinder, educationist, and a visionary of Central India's biggest brand, our own RGI, with lots of gusto, Chairman Shri Sunilji Rai Soni sir. May we have you for an inaugural speech, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Nair. Hello, good evening, one and all. Here is a Feel Good Friday, and we all have gathered to celebrate the second edition of Orange City Literature Festival. I warm-heartedly welcome one and all. Literature is one of the most interesting and significant expressions of humanity. A well-known quote by Dr. P.T. Barnum is a clear reflection of what literature means to society and humanity. Following the belief, OCLF Nagpur strives to create a foundation of various cultures, beliefs, and tradition of humanity with sole mission of spreading the awareness of literature in our respectful community. Going back into the hidden treasure of Indian civilization, you will come to realize that the richness and the beauty of the Indian culture and tradition that we live today has been percolated to our generation through the magical and influential words imprinted on our holy books, including the Bhagavad Gita, the Holy Bible, Holy Quran, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and many other ancient Indian scripts. All these scripts have been a clear reflection of strengths, weakness, and superpowers of the ancient Indian people. Considering the bigger picture of this reflection, we want our youth to learn about literature, culture, and ethics. We want our youth to commit more to cultural activities, staying in alignment with the advancing technologies of 21st century. Yes, when there is a fusion of literature and technology, the outcome is sensational. And that is the reason OCLF is here. We immensely promote literature, but we do not want technology to take a back seat. OCLF is not just a festival, but an intelligent and faithful investment for a strong, dynamic, and influential future of our community. I hope this festival would open new and exciting opportunities for the intellectual exchanges of ideas, thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. This intellectual exchange is sure to inspire and guide our youth in its own meaningful ways by helping them leverage their art of creative writing, promoting the habit of reading, and instilling an inspiration to focus more on literature. Together, we look forward to celebrating literature and bringing a meaningful transformation to ourselves and society. Let us turn the virtual floor to an engaging and inspiring experience. Let us now turn to OCLF second edition. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for always being there as a guiding star and ever inspiring to all of us. Next, we have the event introduction, and who else better than our personality, which is always a part, an integral part of our own family, RGI. Let us know from him the event, how it is shaped up. Only one thing about this big personality is he compiled, edited, and contributed with his insight on a great personality, national hero Gandhiji, by giving all of us this milestone book called as Gandhi at 150, which explores the relevance of Mahatma Gandhi's ideas in today's world and the impact of his philosophy across a wide spectrum. We are inviting none other than our own Dr. Rajan Vilukar, sir. May we request you to curtain raise and unveil the inevitable, sir.
Thank you. Respected Chief Guest and Honorable Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, the Chancellor of 2 universities, G.H. Raisoni, and the Chairman of Raisoni Group of Institutions, Mrunal, all the guests and all the participants, those who have come here, and the experts, those who have come here to enlighten the gathering. Literature is the lifeblood of any society, mirroring its dreams and challenges, its anxieties and its possibilities. And India has always been blessed with a strong literary lineage of writers, poets, intellectuals, and thinkers who have chronicled the times, enriched the intellectual traditions, and earned India the well-deserved title of Vishwaguru. Swami Vivekananda has rightly said, every idea that you have in the mind has a counterpart in a word. The word and the thought are inseparable. The external part of one and the same thing is what we call word, and the internal part is what we call thought. No man can, by analysis, separate thought from word. It is the thoughts of the authors who represented and mirrored their contemporary ethos which have translated into the great body of literary treasure we get to read today. My dear friends, it was literature that made the life beautiful and created the tales of romance, love, and many others. In fact, it is literature which has described the softer side of human being. It has been the only medium through which human beings could ventilate and vocalize themselves, be it victorious of war or the discovery of new place. Man sang, danced, or told the story to the fellow folks. It was not only happiness, but also sadness which made us express, and that form of expression was called literature. And in the modern eras, when it was not possible to complain, protest, literature became the tool in the hands of the poets and writers, and they become voices of the masses. Raisoni Group of Institutions, therefore, they have initiated to organize Orange City Literature Festival like Jaipur Literature Festival. I must compliment Raisoni sir and Mrunal and the entire group for initiating this process in Nagpur so that Nagpurians can take maximum advantage of this. It is not only the books which you are reading, which you are purchasing from the stalls, but through this event, these authors of various books are coming and having a debate, sharing their wisdom, sharing their perspective through which they have created this literature. And therefore, this is a great opportunity for Nagpurian which has been created by the group. My dear friends, the earliest Indian literature took the form of the canonical Hindu sacred writings. If you go back, known as the Veda, which were written in Sanskrit. To the Veda were added prose content commentaries such as the Brahmanas, and the Upanishads. The production of Sanskrit literature extended from about 1500 BCE to about 1000 BCE and reached its pinnacle during the 1st to the 7th century BCE. In addition to sacred and philosophical writings, such genres as devotional lyrics, court poetry, plays, and narrative folk tales emerged. Classical Sanskrit was identified with the spiritual and ritualistic religion of the Vedas. Buddhism and Jainism evolved other literary languages, namely Pali and Ardha-Magadhi, respectively. From these and other related languages emerged the modern languages of northern India. The literature of those languages, dependent largely on the ancient Indian background, which includes two epic poems in Sanskrit, the Mahabharata and Ramayana, as well as the Bhagavad Purana and other Puranas. So I can just go on and tell you about what kind of literature which has been created. But here I am talking before you to welcome all of you to the Orange City and accepting the invitation to share the wisdom which you have created. And therefore, literature is the only form of expression which has been the part and parcel of the human life. It is also because life is the raw material of literature and the events of the life, especially political ones, influence and change literature and vice versa, is also the case that literature influenced life that we cannot forget. And therefore, we have organized this literature festival this year too, and it will continue year after year. And therefore, my dear friends, if we really look at this literature, which is part and parcel of our life, which I have already said, in the same way as the life is the raw material of literature. The writer, through literature, can make the best possible socio-political statements and can, therefore, impact the world in a number of effective ways. Literature, therefore, is essential to be kept as a part of our lives. In whatever form and style it may be, though, it is literature that has the power to develop and sustain that behavioral change among the people of its society necessary for the healthy environment of the social setup. Now, this latest development, people say that the students don't read the books, but now they are on a very different kind of technology. The latest developments in literature is again the manifestation of the life in which it is being produced. Our current life is now studied with Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And our world now has contracted itself into a small gadget called cell phones in our hands. This age, therefore, has its own demands. And so, not only literature is changing accordingly, but also is curating itself into multiple forms like audiobooks, PDFs, videos, etc. In fact, it is now the right time that literature must be used in this ever-increasing complexity of life to make the lives of human beings stress and anxiety. I once again thank all the writers, those who have come here to share their wisdom with the audience. At the same time, we are going to launch a book written by Tuhin A. Sina, Ti Kashmir Aaye, which is a translated version of Tuhin's original book written in English. So with this, I welcome all of you, those who have come to participate in this event. Enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We cannot agree more when you say life is a raw material of literature, right? Thank you so much, Dr. Rajan Dalukar, sir.
Hello all. Thank you so much for joining Orange City Literature Festival online. This year we are going virtual, last year was our first edition, and that was our first experience in Nagpur, that we were going with a huge, gigantic literature festival. This year, we are going online, and again this year, this is the first experiment. But the major support, or we can say blessings in disguise, is that in spite of COVID and all this situation, and we are going virtual, we have received wonderful response from all our speakers. This year, we have speakers from the international and the different continents also. The major point is that last year we were unable to get them, being first literature festival and also due to some transition and travel related issue. But this blessing in disguise became actual blessings for us, that we have such a good, such superb people, authors with us, and we are going with them live this year. The major point is, I again apologize, as I'm saying, this is our first experiment being live and going with the IT team. The major role of this event is all our IT team, and they are taking all their efforts to get this event live in front of you. We are very happy and we are very fortunate to say that we are ready with all the sessions, we are ready with our schedule, we are ready with everything. And the major point again is that we will be on oclfnagpur.com. Last year, we were fortunate to have a venue here in Nagpur where we took multiple sessions in the different halls. We had sessions from politics to transgender issues. We had sessions from sex to desires and every point. This year also, we are going live with different sessions. We have politicians with us, we have authors with us, we have journalists with us, we have big names with us, we have academicians with us. And the major one important thing is that we can call from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We have a festival for little champs. This festival includes these 3 hours dedicatedly for the students, teachers, and parents. We can call it a little festival also. That part of the festival is a little festival, which is for little champs. We have different sessions on this. We have authors from different publication houses. We have publication houses like Penguin Publications, Speaking Tiger Publications, and Jaiko Publications, who will be speaking for these little champs. We have Dr. Rajan Velukar sir to guide the teachers and parents for the future education. Similarly, we will be talking about, as I have said, last year we spoke about the different topics from transgender to sex and desires, but this year also we have topics from history to different issues of what we have seen, different scenario. We have sessions for the Kashmir, we have sessions for the Khand se Akhand tak, we have Hindi sessions, we have Marathi session, we have English session too. And on 29th, we will be having a musical evening with Mr. Mame Khan. You must be knowing who Mame Khan is. Mr. Mame Khan is a known name in Sufi, and he sings wonderful. He is a champ of Rajasthan, we can say, and he is a wonderful singer who can sing in Bollywood, who can sing like from folk songs to Sufi songs. He gives a classical touch with the remixes of Bollywood, and he can take it wonderfully. Similarly, as I have said that we have speakers from the different nations. We have Ms. Dinah Chamber with us. She will be talking about the history and the major factors. You all will be amazed knowing about it, that the speakers who are there in the different nations, they write more about our history. We have people from our nation also who can speak about the history about this nation. There are a number of people who speak about the history. But this is amazing thing that our history, our Indian culture attracts people from the different nations to talk about our culture, our nation. We have such speakers with us. We have session for our superheroes, starships, and everybody. We have session related to creative writing and stories, which will be taken by our experts, which we can call as a webinar. And these webinars are open for all who loves writing and who want to go and start their writing now. We have a session who can tell you that how to become a bestseller. So with this literature festival, you can start writing too. You can take oath with this literature festival that yes, we can also write, and who knows, in the next literature festival, you will be the part of this festival as a speaker too. And I'm very happy that we have wonderful moderators with us. These moderators are none less than our speakers. These moderators are themselves writers. These moderators are journalists. These moderators are are involved into the social service. And yes, these moderators are going to moderate the sessions of our wonderful speakers too. Surely this festival give you so many things to take from this, so many things to go ahead with this. Who knows that what our film will go? Who knows how our radio will go? Who knows how our history will go? But yes, we have authors who know that. We have authors who can talk about, is this a Ram Rajya? Or we have authors who can talk about, was the Ram Janmabhoomi a trailblazer? We have people who can talk about number of issues, and you have number of options of number of sessions on which you can go through. You cannot say that I don't like this session or that, because you have different options of topics of your choice, authors of your choice, and discussions of your choice. We have different panel discussions on which you can go ahead. We have people who can talk about the fantastic failures. These fantastic failures will tell you that how Amitabh Bachchan or Narendra Modi came from the failures of their own, and how they are on the front and leading the country. We have people for the management. We have people who can talk about how to lead and how to increase your listening. Similarly, the point is, you can ask questions to them. While you are watching these videos, while you are going through these sessions, you can just put your question in front of that. You can go on oclfnagpur.com and you can just go through the session schedule, and you can even get your questions prepared so that while watching the videos, you will be able to see that which question you can put in front. So you can just go ahead with your question right now by going through the schedule. You can also talk about the art. You can also talk about how short films gone. And you must be having a recent question in your mind that how does Bollywood is related to the addiction? Don't worry, we have a panel to talk about this. They will surely answer your questions. So get your questions ready. And the major announcement is that while you're asking these questions, who knows that you will be the lucky winner to win the exciting prizes too. So this will be a surprise for you too. Now I have one point to announce here, that we have run the blogger contest and we have run the art contest also. And we have received superb entries for this blogging contest and art contest too. So while this festival goes on, you will be able to know these winners of this blogging contest and other contests too. Similarly, I would like to announce one point, that while the creative writing session of Mr. Sorin Desai will put some contest in front of you to put your questions on blog, or put your questions on your own social handles and to tag oclfnagpur.com. And then accordingly, you will be able, who knows, you will be going to win the prize for that too. So I won't take much time of yours and would love that this program should proceed with our esteemed guest and the organizers.
That was a great insight, Dr. Mrunal. I think आदरणीय नितिन जी गडकरी जी हमारे बीच में हैं. प्रणाम सर. और हम चाहेंगे कि आपका एवी सबसे पहले चलाए.
There are followers, there are leaders, and then there are visionaries. Taking people and society to where they ought to be rather than where they want to be is what separates a visionary from a mere leader. This rare quality is what sets apart Nitin Gadkari, Honorable Minister of Road Transport and Highways and Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, from many of his ilk. With his indefatigable positive energy and a deep desire to use politics as a catalyst to serve society, Nitin Gadkari continues to impress all with his sterling performance over the years. Born in 1957 into a free-thinking agricultural family, Nitin Gadkari at heart has always been a social worker inspired by the RSS founder K.B. Hedgewar's ideals of humanity and nation building. Nitin Gadkari has been shouldered with immense responsibility by the party from an early age. He was only in his 30s when he took over as PWD minister in the BJP government of Maharashtra during 1995 and 1999. His stupendous performance has been thoroughly appreciated by the BJP, who went on to make him their youngest ever party president at the age of 52. Since then, he has gone on to become one of the best performing ministers of the BJP government. Taking off as a Minister of the Public Works Department in 1995, Nitin Gadkari made groundbreaking changes in the speed the city of Mumbai travelled. 55 flyovers dotting the city have made commuting in Mumbai much easier than ever before. The foundation of the magnificent Bandra-Worli sea link was also readied during this time. The jewel of the crown of Maharashtra, India's first expressway, the world-class Pune-Mumbai Expressway, is also a futuristic project imagined and brought to fruition by Nitin Gadkari. Connecting over 13,000 unconnected villages with an all-weather $100 million project is another feat accomplished by this far-sighted visionary. Nagpur, his hometown, has seen world-class institutions like IIT, IIM and AIIMS emerge and thrive under his watchful gaze. This is in addition to the over 1,000 Ekal Vidyalayas that go a long way in molding the future tribal generations. Providing financial support for performing over 10,000 successful heart surgeries is another stupendous achievement in his illustrious career as a warm-hearted do-gooder. Cemented roads and metro rail have added a new vitality to the way people travel in the city. Festivals like Khasdar Sanskritik Mahotsav, with a reach of more than 10 lakh people over 17 days of festivities to promote the local as well as national artists at a huge platform, have been organized. Krida Mahotsav, a sports festival with participation about 10,000 sportspersons, where Nitin Gadkari shared his dream of the Nagpur youth representing at the Olympics. Farmer-friendly projects like Agrovision, along with his idea of using sewage water for power generation, use of ethanol as fuel. As India's current Minister of Road Transport, Highways, Shipping and MSMEs, he has re-energized the whole sector with his clear vision. Be it reviving stalled projects of over $1 trillion or doubling the speed of highway construction, his lofty targets have always been achieved well before the projected timelines. With 40,000 kilometers of national highways constructed in the last 5 years, 60,000 kilometers of new roads under his supervision are being constructed. The speed of road construction from a mere 3 kilometers per day before 2014 has grown to 29 kilometers per day in 2019. Bharatmala and Sagarmala, two world-class access-controlled expressway projects led by Nitin Gadkari, are presently in various stages of construction. Exploring alternate modes of transportation like waterways mirrors the speedy and revolutionary transformation of the Indian landscape initiated by the bridge-building messiah, as he is fondly referred to. Nitin Gadkari is the leading hand in shaping the dream of a new India as envisaged by Narendra Modi. His unparalleled ability to complete gigantic projects before time makes him an invaluable national leader. The larger-than-life Namami Ganga project top priority national mission, Clean Ganga, is also progressing at top speed under his keen-eyed supervision. With Nitin Gadkari taking charge, India's most maligned logistics sector has also metamorphosed from a point-to-point model to a hub-and-spoke model. This multimodal transport system integrates railways, highways, inland waterways and airports, conjuring a highly effective transportation grid, substantially reducing logistic costs and pollution. 35 multimodal logistics parks, 50 economic corridors, 10 intermodal stations are being readied, logistics summits with international participants including government organizations and the World Bank, leading to MOUs worth 2 lakh crore have been held to add muscle to the initiative. Gifted with an ability to dream the seemingly impossible dreams and getting them to fruition also defines this clairvoyant visionary. Nitin Gadkari shines on as one of modern India's pioneering leaders and his work a template for the coming generations. If there ever was a name to the infrastructure man of India, it would be none other than Nitin Jairam Gadkari.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our hero back here on the national front as Bridge Masiha, Shri Nitin Ji Gadkari.
मला बोला आदरणीय सुनील रायसोनी, डॉक्टर राजन वेलुरकर, डॉक्टर मृणाल नाइक, मेरे सहयोगी तोहिन सिन्हा और सभी उपस्थित भाई और बहनों, सबसे पहले सुनील रायसोनी जी को और उनके इंस्टीट्यूट को मैं विशेष रूप से उनको धन्यवाद दूंगा कि नॉलेज फाउंडेशन की ओर से उन्होंने आज इस कार्यक्रम का आयोजन किया है। नॉलेज फाउंडेशन ये आज के जमाने में बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। इनोवेशन, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, साइंस, टेक्नोलॉजी, रिसर्च, स्किल्ड एंड सक्सेसफुल प्रैक्टिसेस, we name it as a knowledge, and conversion of knowledge into wealth is the future. I'm always talking about two important philosophies. One is knowledge, conversion of knowledge into wealth, and other is conversion of waste into wealth. Because no one is waste. It is depending upon the leadership, the technology, the innovation by which even you can convert waste into wealth. मुझे खुशी है कि आज इस कार्यक्रम में विशेष रूप से लिटरेचर के साथ आज विशेष रूप से ये ऑरेंज फेस्टिवल हो रहा है। मैं मानता हूं कि एक तरफ हम लोग भौतिक विकास कर रहे हैं, एयरपोर्ट्स बन रहे हैं, रेलवेज आ रही है, मेट्रोज आ रही है, इंडस्ट्री आ रही है, जीडीपी बढ़ेगा, हम ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी बन जाएंगे। पर हमारी सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ अगर कोई है तो इतिहास, संस्कृति और विरासत ये हमारी सबसे बड़ी स्ट्रेंथ है। भारतीय संस्कृति, इतिहास और विरासत अपने आप में एक अनोखी है। और हमारा जो लिटरेचर है ये हमारे भविष्य के पीढ़ी को निर्माण करने के लिए उपयोगी ऐसा एक संस्कार यज्ञ है। क्योंकि हम लोग पुराने विचार के साथ, केवल मैं पुराने विचारों का समर्थन नहीं करता, मैं अक्सर ये मानता हूं कि हम लोग वेस्टर्नाइजेशन के विरोध में है, मॉडर्नाइजेशन के विरोध में नहीं है। पर आज हमारे देश में छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज हो या बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर हो या उसके पहले रामायण और महाभारत हो, आज भी इंडोनेशिया में आप जाएंगे, कंबोडिया में जाएंगे तो इंडोनेशिया में महाभारत की चर्चा होती है, रामायण की चर्चा होती है, क्योंकि इन सब इतिहास ने हमें एक प्रेरणा दी है। आज भी भगवत गीता के रूप में जब भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने महाभारत में जो कुछ विचारों का सार बताया है, आज भी ये पूरे दुनिया के लिए इंस्पायरेशन का एक केंद्र है। आज ही सुबह मुझे उठते समय ही श्री रविशंकर जी का फोन आया था और ऐसी बात कर रहा था तो मुझे बता रहे थे कि अमेरिका में वो कितने उनके फॉलोअर है, बाकी कंट्रीज में कितने हैं और वो क्या कार्यक्रम कर रहे हैं। मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई। और मैं एक बार बर्लिन गया था उन्हीं के कार्यक्रम में। मैं बर्लिन में जाकर एक बड़े स्टेडियम पर मैंने लाखों लोग देखे और जिसमें से बहुत कम भारतीय थे। और ये श्री रविशंकर जी का ही कार्यक्रम था और वो हमारी इतिहास, संस्कृति, विरासत, हमारे संगीत, हमारा आयुर्वेद, हमारा योग विज्ञान और हमारा लिटरेचर, ये हमारी बहुत बड़ी ताकत है। इसमें अध्ययन करके, रिसर्च करके और हमको नए इसमें उसको प्रेजेंट करने की आवश्यकता है। आज भी मेरे एक पूना में मित्र है, बीवीजी करके, गायकवाड़, उनको उन्होंने करीब 5,000 करोड़ की कंपनी बनाई एक छोटे से इसमें से। वो केवल कचरा साफ करने का काम करते हैं, पार्लियामेंट, राष्ट्रपति भवन, मेरा घर सब सुधारते हैं। तो उन्होंने मुझे बताया कि उन्होंने एक आयुर्वेदिक के रिसर्च के लिए एक लेबोरेटरी तैयार की। डॉक्टर माशेलकर जी उनको काफी गाइड भी करते हैं। और 40 डॉक्टर और 40 रिसर्च स्कॉलर ने बैठकर ये जो आयुर्वेद का पूरा ज्ञान था, तो उन्होंने पुराने समय चरक संहिता से लेकर उन्होंने सब ग्रंथों का अध्ययन किया और नैनो टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग करके आयुर्वेद की कुछ दवाइयां बनाई और इतनी अच्छा रिसर्च किया और उसके टेस्टिंग भी किए। तो मेरे यहाँ एक मेरा मित्र है, उसकी जो आंटी थी, उनके इसमें उनको कैंसर हुआ था और डॉक्टर ने कहा था कि 2 दिन या 2 वीक में वो इसके ज्यादा नहीं जी पाएंगे। और ये लगभग डॉक्टर ने हाथ ऊपर कर दिए थे। उनके अभी दवाइयां दी आयुर्वेद की, वो मुझे बताने के लिए आए थे परसों कि अब वो घूमने लगी है, बाथरूम जाने लगी और तबीयत ठीक है। तो हमारे यहाँ आयुर्वेद, योग विज्ञान, हमारी संस्कृति, इतिहास और मूल्याधिष्ठित जीवन पद्धति, मूल्याधिष्ठित परिवार पद्धति और मूल्याधिष्ठित शिक्षा पद्धति, वैल्यू बेस्ड एजुकेशन, वैल्यू बेस्ड परिवार पद्धति, ये हमारी ताकत है। और ये सब भारतीय साहित्य, संस्कृति, कला, इतिहास से हमें मिलती है। मुझे मौका मिला कि जब मैं इंग्लैंड गया था, मैं कभी ये भूल नहीं पाऊंगा कि ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट में मुझे बोलने का मौका मिला, भाषण देने का। वहां से प्रधानमंत्री जी के पास गया था, उसके बाद मैं विदेश मंत्री जी के पास गया था। तो उन्होंने मुझे एक प्रश्न पूछा था कि आपके देश की सबसे बड़ी समस्या क्या है। तो मैंने जिक्र किया था कि हमारे देश की सबसे बड़ी समस्या ये गरीबी है, भूखमरी और बेरोजगारी है। तो स्वाभाविक रूप से मैंने उनको सवाल पूछा कि आपके देश की सबसे बड़ी समस्या क्या है। तो उन्होंने कहा कि हमारे यहाँ सबसे बड़ी समस्या यूरोपियन देशों में यह है कि हमारे यहाँ हमारे लड़कियां आजकल शादी करने के बजाय लिविंग रिलेशनशिप में रहती है और कभी कभी छोड़ भी देती है। तो हमारी पूरी सामाजिक व्यवस्था उद्ध्वस्त हुई है। तो मैंने उनको कहा कि ये जो सामाजिक व्यवस्था उद्ध्वस्त हुई है, तो उन्होंने स्वाभाविक रूप से मुझे पूछा, आपके यहाँ ये समस्या नहीं है क्या? तो मैंने कहा ये समस्या नहीं के बराबर है। तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा ये कैसे हो सकता है, जब आपका देश गरीब है, वो आपके देश में ये क्यों नहीं है? तब मैंने उनको कहा कि हमारा साहित्य है, हमारी संस्कृति, हमारा इतिहास, हमारी विरासत, हमारे जीवन मूल्य आज भी गरीब के भी घर पर एक संस्कार है और उन संस्कारों से भारतीय व्यक्ति का निर्माण बना हुआ है। और इसलिए आज भी हमारा चाल चलन, व्यवहार और चरित्र ये हमारे इतिहास, संस्कृति, साहित्य से प्रभावित है और यही हमारी सबसे बड़ी ताकत है। एक तरफ ज्ञान, विज्ञान, तंत्र विज्ञान, इनोवेशन, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप, साइंस, टेक्नोलॉजी, इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, बायोटेक्नोलॉजी, मेडिकल साइंस, सब का उपयोग करते के साथ मूल्याधिष्ठित जीवन पद्धति, परिवार पद्धति और शिक्षा पद्धति का समन्वय साध कर ही हमें आगे जाना होगा। अदरवाइज केवल भौतिक प्रगति का मॉडल बन गया, पैसा आ गया, पर घर परिवार अगर उद्ध्वस्त हो गए तो मुझे लगता है उस भौतिक ताकत, संपत्ति का कोई उपयोग नहीं होगा। और इसलिए लिटरेचर, भारतीय लिटरेचर के साथ जुड़ा हुआ हमारा नॉलेज, हमारी संस्कृति, हमारे आदर्श, हमारे विचार, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। और इन विचारों को एक तरफ हम लोग साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी का भी अध्ययन करें, ये भी इम्पोर्टेंट है। और उसके साथ संस्कारों के यज्ञ जो है, उसमें हमारे भावी पीढ़ी को संस्कारित भी करें, तो परिपूर्ण व्यक्तित्व निर्माण होगा। और इसलिए शिक्षा पर होने वाला एक्सपेंडिचर इज ए इन्वेस्टमेंट और हमारे भविष्य की जनरेशन को निर्माण करने के लिए वो इन्वेस्टमेंट है। और नॉलेज ये बहुत बड़ी पावर है, तो नॉलेज को तो हासिल करना ही है, पर अच्छे इंसान को भी बनाना है। और अच्छे इंसान संस्कारों के बना नहीं बन सकता। और अच्छे संस्कार साहित्य, संस्कृति और हमारी पुरानी इतिहास विरासत के सिवा नहीं मिल सकते। और इसलिए इस पर और अध्ययन होना, चिंतन करना, मॉडर्न इसमें उसको प्रेजेंटेशन करना, ये बहुत आवश्यक है। और इसीलिए जब जब भी आजकल जब महाभारत की सीरियल आई या रामायण की सीरियल आई, आर्य चाणक्य की सीरियल आई, तो उसको बहुत ही लोकप्रियता मिली क्योंकि उसमें उतना दम था। और ये सब जो था वो हमारे व्यक्तिगत जीवन में, सामाजिक जीवन में, राजनीतिक जीवन में हमें एक दिशा दिखाने वाला विचार उसमें से था, एक स्पिरिट था। मैं अक्सर एक बात कहता हूं, देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन लेटर एंड स्पिरिट। साहित्य के लेटर्स जरूर हम पढ़े, पर वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द स्पिरिट बिहाइंड द लेटर्स। लेटर्स के अंदर जुड़े हुए भावार्थों को अगर नहीं समझेंगे तो जैसे मैकेनाइज डेवलपमेंट होती है वैसी केवल हो जाएगी। हम इंजीनियरिंग, आईएएस, रिसर्च स्कॉलर, पीएचडी सब मिलाएंगे, पर नजदीक जाने के बाद पता चलेगा कि इंसान करके ये बहुत छोटे हैं, तो उपयोग क्या होगा। मैं अक्सर कभी कभी एक बात बताता हूँ कि मैं बहुत ग्रास रूट पर काम करने का मुझे मौका मिला। तो और दिल्ली में जब मैं गया तो बिल गेट्स से लेकर रतन टाटा से लेकर अमिताभ बच्चन से लेकर सभी लोगों को मेरी दोस्ती हुई, मेरी अच्छे संबंध बने। तो बहुत अलग अलग प्रकार के लोगों को मैं मिला, देश विदेशों के लोगों को मिला, देश के लोगों को मिला। तो मैंने एक बार मेरे मित्र को कहा था कि मैं नागपुर में रहते हुए जिनको बहुत बड़ा समझ रहा था, जब मैं बहुत छोटा था, ग्रास रूट पे था, और दूर से बहुत जिनको बड़ा समझ रहा था, उनके नजदीक जाकर मुझे अनुभव पता चला कि मैं जिनको जितना बड़ा समझ रहा हूं उतने वो बड़े नहीं है। और दूर से जिनको मैं बहुत छोटा मान रहा था, उनके नजदीक जाने के बाद मुझे पता चला कि वो बहुत बड़े हैं। ये जो बड़प्पन है, इसका संबंध केवल साधन और संपत्ति के साथ नहीं है। इसका संबंध व्यक्ति की गुणवत्ता के साथ है, उसकी चाल चलन व्यवहार और चरित्र के साथ है, उसके व्यक्तित्व के साथ है। और हमारे साहित्य में यही सिखाया गया है कि वही मनुष्य है कि जो मनुष्य के लिए मरे, यही पशु प्रवृत्ति है कि आप ही चरे, वही मनुष्य है कि जो मनुष्य के लिए मरे। ये छोटी सी कविता है पर इसका भावार्थ बहुत अलग है। गीता सार भी आज मैं आजकल जरा पैदल घूमता हूँ 25 मिनट सुबह, 25 मिनट शाम को। आजकल यूट्यूब के कारण मैं ज्यादा फेमिलियर नहीं हूँ इस सबसे, पर मैंने भगवत गीता सुनना शुरू किया और गीता और उसका प्रवचन, तो मुझे रोज देखते हुआ कि इसका रेफरेंस आज के हमारे वर्तमान स्थिति में हमारे कितनी बातों से आता है। हम इसमें बहुत रिसर्च करने की आवश्यकता है। एक एक प्रिंसिपल, एक एक विचार भगवान श्री कृष्ण ने जो बताया कितना बड़ा है। प्रभु रामचंद्र जी का जीवन रामायण के साथ किस प्रकार का है। छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज हमारे महाराष्ट्र में हमारे दैवत है, और रामदास स्वामी जी ने उनका वर्णन किया था, यशवंत, कीर्तिवंत, वरदवंत, सामर्थ्यवंत, जाणता राजा, निश्चयाचा महामेरू, बहुत जनासे आधारू, अखंड स्थितीचा निर्धारू, श्रीमंत योगी। मैं तो मानता हूं कि राजनीति में काम करने वाले हर व्यक्ति ने छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का चरित्र पढ़ना ही चाहिए। आदर्श राजा, आदर्श पिता, किसी सब बातों में वो आदर्श थे, और उन्हीं के आदर्शों से कुछ थोड़ा बहुत हम लेंगे तो कुछ अच्छा काम कर पाएंगे। आखिर हम किसके तरफ देखकर चलने वाले हैं। और इसलिए ये आदर्श, ये संस्कृति, इतिहास, विरासत, ये सब साहित्य से पता चलेगा। और साहित्य का प्रेजेंटेशन जो है वो कॉमन व्यक्ति को समझने की भाषा में होना चाहिए। भाषण बहुत अच्छा होता है तो बहुत बार पूछने के बाद आजू बाजू में लोग बोलते हैं भाषण बहुत अच्छा हुआ, पर तुम्हारे समझ में आया क्या? बोले समझ में कुछ नहीं आया, सुनने में अच्छा लग रहा था। तो भाषण अच्छा भी होना चाहिए, साहित्य अच्छा भी होना चाहिए, प्रेजेंटेशन अच्छा भी होना चाहिए, और छोटे से छोटे व्यक्ति को वो समझना चाहिए। Not only letters, the spirit behind the letters is equally important, more important than that. और ये स्पिरिट कन्वे करने का काम आज के समय हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी, हमारी प्रोफेसर्स, हमारे डॉक्टर्स, हमारी इंटेलेक्चुअल क्लास जो है वो कैद करते हैं। और ये उनका बहुत बड़ा योगदान है सोसाइटी में कि वो लोगों को जगाने के और समाज का प्रबोधन करते हैं। और प्रबोधन, प्रशिक्षण एंड रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट, ये त्रिसूत्री बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। प्रबोधन, प्रशिक्षण एंड रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट। और इन तीनों बातों का संबंध जिस साहित्य के साथ है, जिस इतिहास के साथ है, जिस संस्कृति के साथ है, जिस विरासत के साथ है, उसके आज के वर्तमान कॉन्टेक्स्ट में अगर उसको हम ठीक प्रकार से नए पीढ़ी को समझाएंगे तो मेरा विश्वास है कि वो निश्चित रूप से उसको स्वीकार करेगी। आज भी मुझे मालूम है, अभी आप भीमसेन जोशी नहीं है, पर भीमसेन जोशी होते तो लोग उन्हीं का गीत और सुनने के लिए बेताब हो जाता है। आज भी मुझे पता है कि हमारे यहाँ शास्त्रीय संगीत है, हमारे पास नृत्य के अलग अलग प्रकार है, हमारे पुराने समय से आए हुए हैं, उसके लिए भी आज क्रेज है लोगों में। अमेरिका में अब उसके लिए इंस्टीट्यूट चल रही है कि कथक कैसे सीखते हैं, कैसे करते हैं। संगीत हमारा जो उसकी म्यूजिक स्कूल अमेरिका में बनी हुई है, उसमें AR रहमान गए थे चीफ गेस्ट करके और उनका कार्यक्रम मैंने देखा। तो अमेरिका में जो वेस्टर्न कंट्री के लोग हैं वो हमारा संगीत सुनना चाहते हैं, तो उनका भी सुने, पर हमारे इसमें बहुत दम है। और प्रॉब्लम कभी कभी होता है कि हमारा जो कुछ है सब बेकार है, गलत है, आउटडेटेड है, और बाहर का जो है वो सब अच्छा है, ऐसा समझना भी गलत है। जो बाहर का अच्छा है उसको भी हम स्वीकार करें, जो हमारा अच्छा है उसको भी स्वीकार करें, और दोनों को समझते हुए हम भविष्य में आगे जाए। यही हमारे लिए सक्सेसफुल वे हो सकता है। मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आप इसमें नए पीढ़ी को जगाने के लिए ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं। राजन वेरुलकर जी का मेरा बहुत अच्छा परिचय है, उन्होंने सोशल सर्विस में काफी अच्छा काम किया था। हमारे गवर्नर साहब ने उनको, अलेक्जेंडर साहब ने उनको स्पेशली अपने साथ लिया था। शिक्षा विभाग में भी उन्होंने अच्छा काम किया था। तो ऐसे अनेक अच्छे लोग हैं कि जो आज भी समाज में अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, और ऐसे अच्छे लोगों को एक्सपोजर देना, उनको काम करने का अवसर देना, इसके लिए कोई इंस्टीट्यूट भी आगे नहीं चाहिए। तो मैं राय सोनी जी को धन्यवाद दूंगा कि आपने ऐसे कुछ प्रोग्रामों को भी आपने स्पॉन्सर किया है, लोगों को बुलाया है, और बहुत आनंद है। मुझे आज खुशी है कि मेरे मित्र सहयोगी तोहिन सिन्हा, जिन्होंने मेरी 2 किताबों का संपादन किया है, इंडिया एस्पायर एंड इंडिया इंस्पायर, बहुत अच्छी किताबें दोनों अंग्रेजी में हैं, और तोहिन सिन्हा जी ने उसके ऊपर बहुत मेहनत की है। बहुत अच्छे लेखक है और बहुत नॉलेजेबल व्यक्ति है, मुंबई में रहते हैं, और मेरे साथ अच्छे थिंकर भी है। काफी बार अनेक बातें मुझे बताते हैं, अलग अलग क्षेत्र की नई नई बातों को बताते हैं, बहुत कैपेबल है। और उनका एक किताब है, उन्होंने लिखी हुई कादम्बरी है, वैसे वो हाँ, तो वो मुझे लगता है कि आज उनका इस किताब का भी प्रकाशन वो करने वाले हैं। तो मैं उनको भी हृदय से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। और आपका ये जो ऑरेंज फेस्टिवल है लिटरेचर का, ये हमारे नए पीढ़ियों को इंस्पायरेशन, मोटिवेशन एंड अप्रोप्रिएट विजन फॉर फ्यूचर, केवल टेक्नोलॉजी और साइंस नहीं, तो भारतीय लिटरेचर, संस्कृति, इतिहास के आधार पर निश्चित रूप से एक नई विजन, नए भारत के निर्माण के लिए देगा। इस विश्वास के साथ आपको मेरी शुभकामनाएं बहुत बहुत देता हूं, और तोहिन सिन्हा जी को भी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।
राइट, इतिहास, संस्कृति, साहित्य और कला का जो रुझान है, जो नैतिकता से हमें जोड़ कर रखता है और हमें जोड़ना चाहिए, ये संदेश हम सब के लिए आज बड़ा अमूल्य रहेगा। नितिन जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका। एंड जैसे नितिन जी कह रहे थे, लेट मी टेक टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम, एंड वी हैव a tradition, a culture, a ritual. What we did last year, we stick to the goodness this year too. A book launch, of course, a new one. Mr. Tuhin Sinha is a best-selling author and politician. Mr. Tuhin Sinha is acknowledged among the most prolific Indian writers with a maverick knack to experiment with new genres. He has authored 10 books now. And as you have heard, Nitinji, 2 books from his side as well. His last book, When the Chief Fell in Love with an Interesting Tagline, Kashmiri at Insanity, Jamhuriyat, Hindustani at, was in news recently as a solution outlined in the book for the Kashmiri problem was uncannily similar to the one initiated by the government with the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A in reorganization of the state. Mr. Tuhin Sinha has been a national media panelist and spokesperson of BJP. As an articulate speaker, he brings a lot of objectivity to the high decibel TV debates with a structured, nuanced insights. Ladies and gentlemen, I hand over this momentous launch of the book, The Kashmir Aahe. Nothing to preempt, and let the master, Mr. Tuhin Sinha, unfold what The Kashmir Aahe book is all about. Sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we have all our prestigious guests, dignitaries, right, with the book opening. Tuhin sir, can we have those words from coming from you, sir?
आदरणीय केंद्रीय मंत्री श्री नितिन जी गडकरी जी, रायसोनी ग्रुप के चेयरमैन श्री रायसोनी जी, श्री राजन वेलुकर जी, डॉक्टर मृणाल नायक जी, सबसे पहले तो मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। आज एक बड़ा सुनहरा अवसर है मेरे लिए, क्योंकि 10 किताबों में पहली बार मराठी में मेरी एक पुस्तक का प्रकाशन हुआ है और ये मेरे गुरु और राजनीतिक गुरु और नितिन जी और जिनके साथ मुझे काम करने का अवसर मिला है और बहुत कुछ सीखने का अवसर मिला है, उनके हाथों हुआ है। तो ये मेरे लिए एक बड़ा सुनहरा दिवस है। मैं संक्षेप में सिर्फ किताब के बारे में बताना चाहता हूँ। एक राइटर जो कि पॉलिटिकली कॉन्शियस है, उसकी एक जिम्मेदारी होती है कि सोशो पॉलिटिकल नैरेटिव्स को उसकी अपनी राइटिंग में कैसे वो कॉम्प्लीमेंट कर सके। तो जैसा कि आप इस किताब की टैगलाइन में देखेंगे, हमारे भूतपूर्व प्रधानमंत्री श्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी ने एक स्लोगन दिया था कश्मीर प्रॉब्लम के समाधान के लिए, कश्मीरियत, जमहूरियत, इंसानियत। 2003 की बात है। उनका ये विश्वास था, उनका मत था कि इन 3 शब्दों के दायरे में ही कश्मीर समस्या का निदान निकल सकता है। ये 2003 की बात है, जब कश्मीर समस्या जो है एक जटिल रूप से मौजूद थी और ऐसा लग नहीं रहा था कि उसका कोई समाधान निकट भविष्य में होगा। आज भी वो 3 शब्द उतने ही मायने रखते हैं, लेकिन पिछले 6 सालों में हमने उसमें एक दृढ़ रूप से हिंदुस्तानियत जोड़ दी है। आज पाकिस्तान is not a player because of certain decisions, certain very strong decisions which we have taken in the last 6 years, whether it was removal of Article 370, Article 35A, or the massive infrastructure work which has taken place, whether it was the construction of the outer ring road in Jammu, Chenani Nashri tunnel, which would not have been completed had it been the UPA government, or whether it is the work on the Zozila tunnel. और इन डिसीजंस की वजह से आज कश्मीर जो है सुलझ गया है काफी हद तक और एक नई दिशा, एक नई राह पर अग्रसर है। तो ये इस पुस्तक में एक तो मैंने अटल जी की जो एक भावना थी उसको जोड़ा है। दूसरा, ये पुस्तक जो है अंग्रेजी में 2018 में निकली थी। उस वक्त मैंने काल्पनिक लास्ट चैप्टर जोड़ा था 2029 का, जिसमें मोटे तौर पे ये कल्पना की गई थी कि ये सारी जो आर्टिकल 370 हटाई जा चुकी है, 35A हटाई जा चुकी है और कश्मीर का एक संपूर्ण विलय भारत के साथ हो चुका है। ये हमारे जो प्रेजेंट सरकार है उसकी डायनेमिज्म है कि हमारा जो नेतृत्व है, हमारे जो प्रधानमंत्री हैं, गृह मंत्री, उन्होंने ये समस्या का समाधान जो मेरी कल्पना थी उससे 10 साल पूर्व ही 2019 में कर डाला। हाँ, ये किताब को मैं एक फिक्शन ऑथर होने के नाते वो एक फिक्शन फॉर्म में परोसता हूं, जिससे कि युवा भी इसको पढ़ सके। तो इसको एक रोमांटिक पुस्तक की संज्ञा दी जा चुकी है, जिसमें कि जो किरदार हैं वो पॉलिटिकल बैकड्रॉप से ताल्लुक रखते हैं और जो पॉलिटिकल घटनाएं हो रही हैं वो उनके जीवन को भी प्रभावित कर रही है। तो एक बार फिर मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं। जो देश में जो 2 मुख्य चीजें हुई हैं कश्मीर को लेके, वो मैंने भी मेरा भी सौभाग्य है कि मैंने उसको देखा है होते हुए। मैं खुद चिनानी नाशरी जो टनल है जिसने जम्मू और कश्मीर को जोड़ा है और उसको वहां उसकी इनॉग्रेशन में नितिन जी के साथ मौजूद था, और उसकी वजह से जो एक दूरियां थी जम्मू और कश्मीर के बीच या जम्मू या लद्दाख के बीच जो हमेशा बनी हुई थी, आज वो किस प्रकार से कम हुई है वो मैंने देखा है। तो मैं आग्रह करूंगा कि आप सब इस किताब को पढ़ें, ती कश्मीर आहे, और एक बार फिर मैं आप सबका तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं इस पुस्तक का विमोचन करने के लिए। धन्यवाद।
और हम ये बात बड़ी खूबी से जानते हैं, मानते हैं, पहचानते हैं सर कि आपकी जो भी लिखी हुई बातें हैं वो सार्थक हो, और अब ये जो प्लेटफॉर्म है ये ऑरेंज सिटी लिटरेचर फेस्ट का, ये उन तमाम लोगों तक पहुंचे और ये यथार्थ में बदले। Thank you so much, Mr. Tuhin Sinha. A lot of efforts, worth, time, resource goes into the making of final show like this. And the architect of the ideation always is a chaser, sometimes seeker, and sometimes a taskmaster. Time to call the lady behind this entire extravaganza. May we have Dr. Mrinalini Nayak to deliver the vote of thanks. Dr. Mrinalini, please.
Thank you, Manish ji. I first of all thank you, our chief guest, Honorable Shri Nitin Gadkari, that today he accepted to be our chief guest out of his busy schedule. Thank you so much. Now, I would really like to mention a name of a person who is a real architect of this literature festival, is Mr. Sunil Raisoni. He has been a support for this festival always, from the day one. Dr. Rajan Velukar sir, who has been mentoring for this festival and always giving a model support whenever I felt like I am not going to do something or I'm not going to do that. Thank you so much, sir. Ms. Shruti Dadda for being super support for this festival, and she has played a wonderful role of advisory for this festival. Thank you so much. Member of the organization board, Mrs. Varsha Shashank Manohar and Mr. Ashutosh Shevalkar. Mr. Tuhin Sinha for his book launch in the inaugural, and also he has been a support for the festival always. He has been a very cooperative person during the sessions. We have a session tomorrow also and a panel too. Mr. Aditya Bhandari and his social media team. I would mention few names here. Without taking these names, this vote of thanks will never be completed, because this festival is not only the idea or the execution or the session finalization. The major point this year is IT, social media marketing, and being a support for this festival with each and every one. So would like to once again thank Mr. William Balpande and his IT team for his tireless efforts for this festival. And he is actually giving his day and night for this festival. Thank you so much, Mr. William Balpande and his IT team. Mr. Amit Gandhare and PR team, Dr. Aarti Deshpande and the anchoring team, all our students, which you all be seeing tomorrow for the festival. Those who are anchoring, they all are our students, and they will be doing this anchoring. Mrs. Amina Wali for constant coordination and for the moderator's support. She has been in the constant coordination with the moderators. Web designing team and content team. You must see www.oclnagpur.com and you can see the wonderful website there. You are going to see this festival online on that website. And the content, you can see that we have a content writing team, Ms. Jenny and the other content writers have done a wonderful work. Mr. Manish Nair for this inaugural function anchoring and the other team members. After this inaugural function, I would like to request you all to please proceed with the sessions of Mr. Shiv Khera, and after that, Padma Vibhushan, Dr. Sonal Mansingh. We will be having the session with them. The first session that you must be knowing that Shiv Khera sir is known for his management skills and the motivational talks. So he is going to talk about the setbacks, turning back from the setbacks, and he will be motivating on that. And Dr. Sonal Mansingh will be talking about the breaking boundaries about the culture for the dance and the religion and all those points. I would never miss to thank all the speakers for their acceptance for the Literature Festival. They have taken time out of their busy schedules. This year we have received the superb support from our publication houses. I would like to mention those names. We have a support of Penguin Publication, Speaking Tiger Publication, Oxford University Press Publication, Prabhat Publication, Red Panda Westland Publication, Rupa Publication, Amaryllis Manjul Publication, Juggernaut Publication, Jaiko Publication. Then we have our support and partner, Global Education Private Limited, GH Raisoni Sports and Cultural Foundation. Our radio partner is Big FM, and they have been a great support with us. You must have seen the video of Big FM before this in the starting of this inaugural. The SGR Knowledge Foundation team And I cannot miss to mention at the end Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai sir for his constant support and management tips. Just before the inaugural function, I received this call related to the tips and everything. But again, I would like to thank you, Mr. Sunil Raisoni, for giving me this opportunity to be to head this project. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you everyone who is directly or indirectly involved in this festival. Thank you so much. Over to you, Manish.
Right, with this, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the closure of inaugural function of the Grand OCLF 2020. But let me remind you, 27 November to 29th November, please check the timings, 10 o'clock, and it goes on till 7, the last session that we are going to conduct. One good thing about this OCLF 2020 is, other than the 3 languages that we were part of an earlier edition, we have added one more language, and that is Bengali. So we are also a vision beyond. And just to give you a feel of today's event, there are 2 such functions which are going on. One has already initiated 6 p.m. We have Shiv Kheraji, which is online. So every link that has to do with the maybe a deliberation or a talk or a panel discussion is shared on our website. 6:30 we'll be starting with Dr. Sonal Mansingh with a close experience of art and its importance. This is Manish Nair, your anchor for the inaugural ceremony, wishing you all a very happy exposure and a great 3 days of rich literature orientation. Happy learning. Thank you.